My prayers just continue to be answered, huh? Boxing still sucks, don't get me wrong. But Bud Crawford and Errol Spence are slated to fight for July 29th. And I really want to get like OD excited. But they was definitely supposed to fight this past November. And it just didn't happen. So I'ma kind of reserve a little bit of that. On a serious note, this is a fight between the two best at 147 and two of the best pound for pound. And what's so interesting to me about this matchup is that the biggest strengths of each fighter should do well in taking advantage of the other's biggest weaknesses. In Bud Crawford, you got probably the best pound for pound boxer right now. At least top 3. I ain't going for nothing lower than that. He's extremely technical, really just a great boxer for real. A boxer's boxer, if you will. Usually, at least. He's got elite footwork, constantly on the move, finding different angles, switching stances unlike anybody else in the division. He's got great speed, fantastic timing, and is honestly just really precise. Again, usually. Because he is self-admittedly a bit insane and is more than willing to play in your game and trading with you. Now, Errol Spence is technical in his own right, having a great jab that he frequently uses that really sets up his other like 4 combinations. Now, his game as a whole has been called simple or basic, but honestly, I think that's the entire point, as he's really got the fundamentals mastered. Now, he's easily at his best when he's on the inside. Well, I think he is one of, if not the best in the whole division. He is relentless in digging to the body with that 4-3 combo, and he's great at framing and digging his head in your chest to manipulate and put you where he wants you to be so he can punish the body. He also is ridiculously precise, always able to fit in those body shots around the elbows of tight guards. Now, like I said earlier, stylistically it's such an interesting matchup. Bud is well known as a slower starter, as early on he's trying to see what you're talking about so he can adjust. And it's honestly the best opportunity for you to catch him slipping. And Spence is more than capable of doing so. Now, just talking about this matchup, everybody really assumes that both fighters are going to be at their best. But there are honestly some X factors heading into it. For Errol Spence, he don't really fight like that no more. He done fought like 3 times in the past 3-4 years or something like that. And he's had a whole host of injuries. He done been in a car accident. A lot of different things that you would at least assume would affect his performance in some way. And for Bud, you gotta wonder how he gonna hold up physically. Cause he low-key a geezer too, but he is also the smaller man going against a fighter that's very physically imposing and likes to wear on people over 12 rounds. Now, I don't know how these things are just gonna affect these fighters. I can't predict something like that, but it's just something to bring up. Both fighters also do possess the power to put the other one down. If something like that happened, it'll probably take place after the 6th or 7th round. And that's where both frequently find their finishes at. But to be honest, I lean more towards a decision. And if you ask me to pick who I got right now, I do slightly favor Bud Crawford. I do view him as the slightly better fighter, and I like to think that his footwork and his speed will make it a lot tougher for Errol to really close that distance and impose his will on the inside. And if it's just going to be an outside boxing match for 12 rounds, I do think that Terence Crawford would take that in the decision. Now, me personally, I'm going to stop thinking and speaking on this fight until probably the day of. That's when I'll drop my real prediction joint, because I don't really want to jinx nothing. You feel me?